Hello everybody and welcome to the HCW Podcast. This week we are going to be reviewing WWE Smackdown, WWE Monday Night Raw, and then you are going to see a change in hosts because DP is going to be joining us to review AEW Dynamite while Rate goes off and does whatever Rate does. Stay tuned because it's going to be a good one. Roll intro.
HCW Reviews.
Hello everybody and welcome to the show. I am your host Frozzy, alongside Rate Wrestle for the first two shows that we're going to be reviewing, Smackdown and Raw. How are you doing, bud?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm sweltering. I'm wearing fancy clothing for this podcast. Not any reason that I'm not doing this. It's because I've got a new character, Mr. Rate. That's what I'm going with now. I'm fancy all the time.
He's got a knife in his blazer.
Yeah.
But apart from the posh dress attire, how are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing well, yeah. I'm doing well. The reason I had a job interview this morning, getting a promotion, hopefully. So I only just got back like 20 minutes ago, so I didn't have chance to watch Dynamite, and that's why DP is going to be our saviour. And Dynamite's going to be extremely well reviewed this week because DP is a mark for Dynamite.
Yeah, it's going to be quite long, I feel. And I already want to throw myself out the window. So, if he makes it go
not about
Dynamite, no, not about Dynamite, just an awful day. If DP makes it go longer than he needs to, I will not be happy. No, I'm only joking. He can do what he wants. I'll just probably fall asleep on camera. What we'll do is we'll jump straight into Smackdown.
Yeah, sound. So SmackDown started. We're going with the triple threat matches that they've announced for Raw and SmackDown recently. Has the Raw one already happened at this point? It has, hasn't it? I'm so out of touch with the Raw one's happened. Seth Rollins is the tribute from Raw, basically. Yeah. So we kick off with the first triple threat, which is Edge versus AJ Styles versus Rey Mysterio, which sounds like a really good match. And it was pretty good, 3.25 stars. Styles, surprisingly, clean beat Edge. Like, everyone was thinking, Edge might have a title run or Edge might do something. Or I thought he might at least get through to the thing and lose. But he got clean beat.
Yep.
Just like, Styles fun on form, Edge dead.
Yeah. Ask me who predicted it. Me. That's who. I knew this was happening.
You thought he was going to clean lose, though? You didn't think he'd got pins today?
No. I just thought the winner was going through. I picked the winner. I thought it was quite obvious.
Oh no, it was definitely Edge was not going to win. But I just didn't expect him to get I thought Rey Mysterio, it wouldn't matter if he lost. But Edge lost, so they must be doing something with that. I nearly started speaking about MGF now because I was looking at my Dynamite notes. Next matchup was the second half of the triple threats. So we had Sheamus, Lashley, and Theory. Right, this 2.75. Basically, it was one of these ones that Theory's been doing a lot, where Lashley hits a finish at Theory would throw Lashley out and win, but Lashley kind of did it for himself, and he ended up throwing it was sneaky bro kick Sheamus. Then he threw Sheamus out and he pinned Lashley. So Lashley versus Styles,
also,
and I think that's is that first time ever Lashley? I can't remember Lashley versus Styles.
I feel like they probably crossed paths in TNA.
No, I completely forgot TNA existed, and Bobby Lashley was there, and AJ Styles was there. Yeah. We had a Waller promo backstage where he's got a talk show because everyone needs a talk show. Effect No One Can? I don't even know what the talk show. I can't remember what the talk show is called. But he's debuting it next week. Corbin versus Grimes was up next. I rated 0 stars because Grimes hit Corbin with the Cayman, and that was it. That was the whole match.
Literally, there was a GIF of it the entire match. A GIF.
So we're going to do this a weekly thing now, Frozzy. On the Frozzy scale of is Cameron Gorham's going to be gone by the end of the year? What are we saying so at the moment?
Well, he's beat Baron Corbin, so I'm not going to read too much into that. Plenty of people have beat Baron Corbin, and have not gone on to do much.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a weekly, but I'm going to make this a weekly segment.
He'll be gone soon. I'm
the Frozzy scale of Grimes.
Yeah. The crime against Grimes.
So at the moment, he's still living. Bloodline. It was the whole situation of basically what happened was Roman, the Usos lost last week, and like the old world title picture. I'm so confused by the order of like what I'm watching stuff at the moment. I'm trying to remember if this stuff already happened or not. So Solo stepped up, and the Usos didn't. Roman's basically saying Solo is doing everything. The Usos are letting us down. The Usos are the problem. But he actually said you are the problem, and it wasn't just Jay; it was both of them.
Yeah.
Then Jimmy was laughing. Roman pie-faced him, which is kind of an awkward thing. And he was telling him to apologise, and Jimmy wouldn't apologise, which is the opposite of what I thought would go. It'd be they'd go at Jay, and Jay wouldn't apologise. Yeah. But then Jay decided, no, yeah, we apologise. Like, you know, I don't want any of this. And then Roman says, speak wise, man. Tell him what we're going to do about the title match. So then there's going to be a title match at Night of Champions. So Sami Zayn is now going to Saudi Arabia due to the diplomatic situation going on there. He's now fine to go in there. So it's going to be Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And the Usos thought they were going to mention, oh, Eamon's got us another chance. It's not. Roman and Solo Sikoa are going for the tag team titles.
Probably going to win it as well.
I'd love if Roman won the tag team titles. I just want Roman to have that Ultimo Dragon picture, but like pure heat, and have them for like 2 years, just every title for 2 years.
Imagine people would boycott if that happens.
Flipping Paul Heyman carrying 15 belts to
the belt collector.
Oh, it'd be good though, wouldn't it? If Roman won it and then won something like the Intercontinental Championship and just add like a row of belts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
and then out of spite, just instead of losing them, vacated them.
Yeah, right, that's it, vacating. I don't need all these belts. Why have I got all these belts?
Goes to Hollywood, comes back and wins them again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously that's a story that's panning out, which the Bloodline story just continues to be great. Then we had a Damage Control backstage, extending the leaders, and then EO saying they're not ready. It's just the general gist of it. Like, EO wasn't ready to win the title, Bayley said. So Bayley didn't cost EO the title. EO wasn't ready. Yeah. Dissension. So they're going to split at some point soon. I think Dakota's going to go with Bayley, though. I feel like they're going to push EO. Triple H loves a bit of EO. So they're going to push her to the sky, and then Bayley and Dakota are going to go into a kind of like a tag team role for a bit, I think.
They're going to push EO to the sky.
Didn't realise I did it. Yeah. Now let me start my dad jokes anyway. No.
God, no.
So we had Liv and Rack Attack. I'm adding to the name versus the Damage Control of Kai and Bayley. So it's not as good as Kai and Sky, but Bay Sky, Sky Bay. I had it 2.5. It was just your typical women's tag match. Bayley and Sky were definitely not. Bayley and Dakota were definitely not going to win. Liv and Rack are already boring me as tag team champions because they don't mix well in my eyes.
Yeah,
they've just got no character. Well, Liv's a good character. Raquel's character is that she smiles and she's got a big back.
Yeah,
that is her character. So yeah, they won, and it was because Io kind of had a bit of a distraction. So it's tit for tat. Brawling Brutes were backstage, and they were just randomly talking, and then here comes Pretty Deadly. Yes, boys. And they're going to be fighting Ridge and Dunn next week, I believe, because they were just mocking the Brawling Brutes in general. And Bianca came down the ring, which for a celebration, which I'm assuming for a longest title run or something like that. I didn't really pick up on it. I didn't care.
Yeah, I think she has got the longest title run now, hasn't she?
And she was followed within seconds. Oscar ran down to the ring, which makes me feel like they were like hard for time. Quick as I've ever seen Oscar. She didn't do any dancing. She just ran to the ring. Got in the ring, smiled at Bianca, and sprayed the most mist I've ever seen in my life. Like full on, like blue-faced Bianca. So that's going to continue, and I'm hoping Asuka wins the title now because she needs it more than Bianca needs it.
Yeah.
Because Asuka's in the bin at the moment, and she shouldn't be in the bin.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I always I've said this in multiple places. Bianca's a better chaser than she is a champion.
Yeah, but I'm also hoping if Asuka wins it, she retains against Bianca, and then Bianca stays away from the title for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I want Charlotte Flair to win the title. I forgot she's on SmackDown. And then, main event time, we've got Styles versus Lashley. Winner faces Rollins at Night of Champions. I rated 3 stars. AJ Styles won cleanly again. Beat Lashley clean. AJ Styles, give him the title. He's definitely not going to win the title.
Oh, no, he's not.
Which annoys me, because I like Seth for it a lot, but I like Seth as not a champion. Like his character doesn't suit. Yeah.
I think the character, the way it is now, actually would suit being a heel champion.
Yeah, heel champion. Yeah, if they turn him heel, then yeah. If he stays face, then no.
That's what they're going to do. I think he'll go heel at Night of Champions.
And I like AJ. I like AJ title runs. I'll be honest, they're always good matches. The only trouble, the way you know AJ's not winning the title was because the OC would have to move brands because he'd have to stay on Raw, and then that would also mean the OC would have to move to Raw.
Yeah.
So it's just too much hassle for what it's worth.
Yeah.
So next week, in 2 weeks' time, when AJ Styles won the title, and that's actually happened, you know. But yeah, that was the end of SmackDown. AJ versus Rollins at Night of Champions.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw the brackets for SmackDown, I thought it was quite obvious that they wanted the best match they could get.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me was AJ Styles winning this side of the bracket on the SmackDown side. So that's why I went AJ, because I just thought, well, he's going to have the best match.
Yeah, and obviously he's just returned, so they're going to push him through the roof anyway, aren't they?
Yeah. So
get the Intercontinental Championship on him.
Yeah, well, I mean, speaking of which, we'll go on to Raw. Yeah, do you want to kick us off with that?
Yep, so we started with Kasami, or Kasami, that's what I'm calling them now. They need a tag team name. Everyone needs a tag team name. They want revenge on Roman and all this, so Night of Champions, this is where they're going to get the revenge. Sammy did a really hot promo, as in he was fucking frothing at the mouth, screaming at the screen. Then obviously the Judgment Day comes down, because the Judgment Day are the best thing on Raw at the moment. They're just the shit out. Every part of them. Balor's good at it. Damien Priest is the muscle. Dominic's got the most insane heat, and actually, character-wise, is brilliant. And then Rhea Ripley's. Rhea Ripley. So, Judgment Day come down, and Kevin Owens was just like, I don't care what you're saying, let's just fight, come on, fight me. And then Sammy's like, let's hear them out. And then they say some ridiculous things, and then Kevin Owens going, can I just hit one of them? And then Sammy goes, why not? And this punchy just decks one of them. And then it just starts into a massive brawl. So that's going to lead to a main event of Kasami versus the Judgment Day, which I think's Finn and
Priest.
Damien. Oh, yeah. So we had the match of Nakamura versus Miz. I rated this 3 stars. It was better than I expected. Nakamura shined. Miz is decent in the ring when he can be. When there's not a lot of shenanigans and he's just doing in-ring work, he's actually right.
Yeah.
Naka won, which was surprising.
Surprising?
Oh. It was always going to happen, yeah.
Yeah. It was better than I thought it was going to be as well. I just thought it's a way to get Nakamura a win. And it was like a match that they didn't want to have, but they'd announced it the week before and were like, we have to do this.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
Yeah. And
they did. We had the Karens backstage. They're not happy about Rack and Tack keeping the titles. They're also not happy that Liv is injured.
Yeah.
And they basically said what should happen is not like we should have a handicap match. It was you should be stripped of the titles and they should just be given to us. And I was like, yes, that's how wrestling works. Karens. Yeah. So Raquel was going to be fighting Chelsea Green later on. Then there was I didn't really watch it because I was trying to skim and watch Raw as fast as possible because there's 17 hours. It was like a vignette of Seth with Corey Graves speaking about his career, and I was like, his career in WWE's only been about 10 years, so I pretty much remember most of it, so I don't really need to see this. Like it was probably good. Like, don't get me wrong, I just didn't want it. It was like 20 minutes of footage, and if I can get it out of that, I've got it out of that. Gunther was backstage, and he was just basically saying who's going to win the. I know he actually went to the ring. Sorry, he went to the ring and said who's going to win this fancy battle royal they're going to have. They had a battle royale. Positive Ali won it.
I know, yeah.
So instead of the typical Mansoor win because it's Saudi Arabia, they gave it Positive Ali.
He's not winning.
Of course he's not.
That's why they've not give it to Mansoor. Mansoor's going on an Undertaker streak in Saudi Arabia.
Mansoor would go over Gunther. That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Can you imagine?
Give him reigns. And some other happenings in this. JD, Madonna, and Dolph are going to be in a rivalry because JD got eliminated, Dolph got eliminated, and JD absolutely obliterated Dolph Ziggler. And Triple M has now basically broken up, it seems.
Yeah,
because
he's going to be gutted.
Fucking loved it. Because Maxine was annoyed that Triple M the other two got eliminated, and she was just focused on Otis, and the other guys were like, what? And then they've kind of got back and forth on Twitter, so yeah, it's over.
Yeah, so she's with Otis now, it seems.
Yeah, and I'm really, really sad about the ending of it. Anyway, Becky was in the ring after that. She's called Trisha Snake. She's angry about this, and they're going to fight at Night of Champions.
Yeah.
And they're going to fight with, weirdly, because I keep forgetting every time it's in Saudi Arabia, they're going to have long sleeves and...
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Has Trish Stratus ever fought in a top that doesn't show certain areas?
I don't recall.
Yeah, like, I just can't imagine Trish being covered up.
Yeah.
But she's gonna be. Rhea and Nat backstage. Rhea said, you're getting the spotlight, but if you do it again, I'm going to kick your face in.
Yeah.
So that's a total match that's happening. American Alpha backstage, kind of having like a bit of an argument. Ali's basically saying he's positive, and he's going to win. Then Imperium with Ali, and then Gunther saying like, "Well done, you're going to fight me. It's going to be good for you." And then Ali says, "I'm going to beat you," and then Gunther just laughs because he's just like a typical like, "You're going to die."
Pretty much.
And we were then followed by Woods versus Dominic. I like this match as well, rated 3 stars. Woods' single run's been pretty decent so far, and Dominic's not great in the ring, but his character helps.
Yeah. Woods has been putting on good matches. So. Yeah,
good matches. Dom's character, Rhea kind of helped in win, and then they did like a weird roll-up schoolboy for Rhea Ripley to win. Did you see the photo of Rhea Ripley?
Yes, I did.
Good God.
I know.
I'm not making it into this kind of podcast, but good grief. Okay. Anyway, good grief. I don't know where I am anymore. Good roll up. So JD McDonough was backstage, and the interview was basically, "Why are you doing this?" and stuff like that. And he said, I'm trying to prove myself against the Dolphs there. And then he walks off into the parking lot, and weirdly enough, Finn Balor is on top of a gantry looking down.
Yeah.
He's joining the Judgment Day.
Gotta be, Annie.
Yep. There'd be no reason, unless he's during Imperium. They're supposed to be getting a new member as well. Who's that going to be? Ilya Dragunov?
Could be. Would make sense.
Or they could get flipping Thingy back in. Alexander Wolf.
I was going to say it was Wolf, innit? The one that's not there.
Thatcher!
It's not going to be Thatcher.
He was a part of Ring Camp before. Thatcher. It's going to be Grimes. Indus Sher debuted. And then after that, so Indus Sher had a squash match. They looked alright in the ring. But they're going to end up, until they're not the Viking Raiders, I won't care.
Yeah.
Until they win a title or something like that, I'm just not going to care about them. Because the Viking Raiders have dashed my dreams. Like what they've done with them. So I'm just not going to build myself up. Kasami were backstage. Imperium basically were in their faces again. And then Kevin wanted to fight them as well, because Kevin's going everywhere. And next week it's going to be Kasami and a mystery partner versus Imperium. If that mystery partner is Matt Riddle, I'm going to be so annoyed because what's the point of it being a mystery partner?
Surely it's going to be Positive Ali.
Maybe.
It's got to be.
Yeah. Or it could be Randall Keith Orton with his bad back. No,
He's begged, haven't they told him not
yeah,
to
no, he's been told not to wrestle. So what'll happen is he'll have one match in a year's time, and I think that'll be it.
Yeah.
And then he'll come back in 10 years' time. Just like Edge and his broken neck.
Yeah.
So up next we had Cody. Cody is becoming Marmite to me. Some weeks I like him, sometimes I hate him. This week I didn't care again because his promos are so long-winded.
Yeah.
Like he just got all he could have came down and went, we're gonna have a match. But all you need to we get over this match at Night Champions me versus Lesnar. But he just goes into tangents. Like my dad said this, I did this. Brock Lesnar's this. I could have tagged to him with this. So I fucking just it happened. Long tedious stop. Nikki Cross was backstage with Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark is just wondering what is wrong with Nikki Cross. Candice kind of is the rescue with Nikki, so there's still the kind of weird thing where sanity might happen, which because they're hinting at the way at the same time. Zoe versus Candice is going to be next week, and that's going to be a great match because Candice is good in the ring. Zoe Stark, as you've seen, is good in the ring. Oh. So they'll have a minute squash match, and I'll be really annoyed.
Yeah, probably. I was going to say, don't get your hopes up for anything over 5 minutes.
Yeah. Rack versus Green, 2.5 stars. Rack won with the bomb.
Oh, the Tijuana bomb.
Yep, the Tahata bomb. Then Ronda and Shayna Baszler absolutely obliterate Rack Attack. Well, Rack, and now it's going to be Ronda and Shayna versus Rack Attack at some point, and they're going to definitely lose.
Yep. Because
Ronda needs something in her life right now, and it's a tag team title. And I want them to be dominant. Because they should be, because it's Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey.
It was the original plan as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then just get Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir back. Oh, wait. Marina Shafir's in the fucking alien. AEW at Badlands.
Yeah.
AEW review after this. Then Gunther's seen backstage shaking hands with Heyman, so something's off about that. Kasami versus Judgment Day match tonight, 3.5 stars. Very good back and forth match. I really liked it. They called Dominic and Rhea down to the ring. Dominic and Rhea tried to get cheating. They got caught. They got thrown out. But then here comes Gunther and Imperium. Eventually, Imperium distract Kasami so much. I think Finn Balor picks up the win, doesn't he? Which I was surprised by. So that's also another tag team championship opportunity. They beat the tag team champs. So Judgment Day could end up with the titles. But good end to Raw. Raw was fine.
Yeah,
it was good matches.
Good matches.
Yeah, good matches. Not like it didn't feel 3 hours. But as I said, I skimmed 20 minutes of Seth Rollins. Speaking about Seth Rollins, I love Seth Rollins. I just didn't want to watch it. Yeah,
it wasn't even anything either. He wasn't telling us anything new. And he only did it because he was off filming a film. So I mean, he wasn't even
What's he filming?
He's doing something with in Marvel. I'm sure it was Captain America.
Captain America, Seth Rollins. I'm going to Google this.
There was a picture. There was a picture the other day posted in one of the groups of him.
I thought that was a myth, as in like a joke. It actually is.
Yeah, no. He's in the film.
It has been revealed as Cap member in Captain America New Order per Christmas. Rulos on the set was coming by and starring Anthony Mackie. Okay. Yeah. I honestly didn't know Captain America 4 was happening.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be Anthony Mackie as Captain America.
I think so, yeah.
I'm going to see Guardians tomorrow, so...
Oh, are you? Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do something unusual, and we'll end your part there, because you are done, my friend. So the next 2 faces you're going to see are mine, and unfortunately for you, lovely lot, DP's. So, stay tuned while we do a quick host change. And yeah, we'll see you next week, right?
Yep, and if Frozzy's got enough time, he's just going to face claim me on top of DP's face for the whole video, so you don't miss out.
Yeah, for the views,
Yep, for the views.
We'll see you next week, right?
Goodbye, people.
Welcome back, everybody. So, as you can see, I am now joined by D Poisey. DP, how are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad. I am back on the pod once again.
Yeah.
Due to popular demand, apparently.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Public demand, yes. We'll go with that. But yeah, DP is here to review AEW Dynamite from last night, which, depending on who you speak to, was probably the greatest show ever. But yeah, we'll see if DP is biased in his review or not. But yeah, if you wanna kick us off, DP, with this Dynamite review, we'll get cracking.
Firstly, you say that this is a biased review.
Accusations! Said we were going to see if you were biased.
Okay, I misheard. My bad.
It's okay, mate.
But no,
we all make mistakes.
Fair enough. But yeah, sorry, yes. To get into the Dynamite review of things, show kicks off straight away with Wardlow. He comes out straight away. He's like, "I'm going to call out Christian because Christian was calling me out last week." So of course, in wrestling style, out comes Christian. He's flanked by Luchasaurus. They talk for about 10 seconds, and then they beat him up. Him and Luchasaurus beat up Wardlow. Nothing of note there, really. It's just a beat down on Wardlow. Following from that, we go into the first match of the night, which was Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin taking on Lee Moriarty and Big Bill. Why?
Because reasons.
Because. Yeah. So yeah, this is a nothing match, pretty much. It's a nothing tag match that's basically just there to get Darby some momentum as it comes to double or nothing. The end of the match comes when Darby pins Lee Moriarty after a coffin drop, and then he does the headlock takeover thing that, if you remember, MJF did that, I think, last year with Jungle Boy. Yeah. So it's a similar message to MJF, and then again, that's it. There's nothing of note, really.
No.
Then we go backstage to the parking lot for a segment. Both Jacksons, that is Nick and Matt, were attacked by the BCC. Claudio, Moxley, and Utah. Again, just a beatdown. No Brian in this for whatever reasons, but that's pretty much it. Then we're backstage again in the doctor's room. Wardlow, who's getting accosted by Arn Anderson, saying like, "Why'd you go out there for? You shouldn't have called him out." And Wardlow's like, "Screw you, old man! I'm going to challenge Christian to a match." And he challenges Christian to a ladder match at Double or Nothing for the TNT title.
Wow.
That's exactly what I said. I said to him on next note. I fail to see how this benefits Wardlow.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It absolutely could not. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Like, he chose like the one match that like Christian's probably best known for.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're getting that apparently.
What a dumb guy.
No, that is the champion, everyone.
Yeah.
So after that, we go into another backstage thing, an interview with Orange Cassidy. He says he answers the claims that Carl Fletcher wants a shot at his title. He says he'll face that Double or Nothing. He just needs to get Tony Khan to agree to it, essentially. Yeah. And then again, that's it. We then go into the next match of the night, which is Sammy Guevara against Exodus Prime. Do you know Exodus Prime, Frozzy?
No, I assumed it was like one of Logan Paul or KSI drinks, but
it's a new flavour, yeah.
Yeah.
This giant bottle comes out.
Yeah.
But no, this is just pretty much a dark match, a jobber match to get Sammy over. Yeah. Sammy wins in, I didn't time it, but there was less than 30 seconds. It literally, like, bell rings, they circle, a high knee, go to hell. That's literally it. After that, we get a promo from Sammy. He says about his past, has brought him to the current moment in time. He's made a lot of mistakes, and the fans have seen him make those mistakes. Says he'll shut up all the naysayers and win the world title, Double or Nothing. So, just basically a promo to shield up the main event.
Yeah, and everyone knows he's lying, so...
If anything, I think he's got the least amount of chance to win that match.
Yeah, I was going to say, out of everyone in the match, he's probably the least likely to win.
Mm-hmm. Now comes the other segment of the show that I did like. We have here, on top of the stage, entrances are made by Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, along with Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh. Lethal's about to start speaking on the ramp, but then before they can, FTR rush the stageway, and they push Satnam off the stage into a table.
I've seen this bump. Like I
Yeah.
usually watch Dynamite like either after we've recorded or like tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to see this Dynamite, at least not until next week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have seen this bump, and it's everything you'd want it to be and more.
Exactly. Like the way what I wrote here was it reminded me of Rikishi falling off the Hell in a Cell in 2000.
Yes. Amazing.
Literally
It's
the same thing. Yeah. It's like just like.
Yeah. Like this is happening.
Yeah. It was so wooden but so good because he's such a big guy. But after that, FTR beat down on Jarrett and Lethal. We get to the ring. FTR set up for the big rig. But surprise, Karen's here. Jeff Jarrett's wife.
Yep.
She's here. Low blows Cash. And then they beat up Dax. And then Satnam comes back down to the ring and choke slams them. So he's recovered fine.
Yep.
And then Jarrett and Lethal smash. No, that's all. And then Jarrett and Lethal Jarrett and Lethal smash guitars, over FTR's heads. And that ends that segment.
Yeah, I'm failing to see what they're trying to achieve with Lethal and Jarrett. Like
They're trying to make them like threats.
Challenges, but it's like, why Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal? There's plenty of other tag teams you can do this with.
Exactly, you could do like Big Bill and Lee Moriarty. Yeah,
just anyone who needs it. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal don't need it. They don't.
What do you think? I think we're getting new tag champions that don't want nothing.
Oh, mate, if it does, then the whole show's in the bin.
So, yeah, after this, we go into what you think would be a match. But no! Backstage again for another interview. Darby Allin's here. He's getting an interview. He's cut off by Sammy Guevara. Sammy says that he knows they're not friends, but that he's not lying down for MJF or Jungle Boy. Him and Darby come from a similar kind of background in regards to they're not like hand-given stuff. He says that he hopes that Darby will give it his all because he will, and he hopes that one of them walk out as champion. And then they sort of like fist bump or shake hands or something like that, and then that's about it.
What a weird dynamic.
Yeah. So after that, we go into a match. Way, it's the Outcasts, Tony Storm and Ruby Soho against Britt Baker and Hikaru Shida. Again, very much as the theme of this show, it was all right. Nothing special about this match to make note of.
Fair.
Tony Storm pins Britt Baker after Ruby Soho slides a spray paint can and she sprays it in Britt's face.
Yeah.
Followed by Storm Zero. And then we get just nothing after that. They just leave. There's no beatdown and nothing like that. No Jamie Hayter. Nothing. Just.
Well, doesn't it transpire that Hayter's actually injured?
Yeah, precisely. It makes sense. But I thought that she would have come out and crushed or something like that. But
yeah.
So after that, we go into another backstage interview. We have Orange Cassidy, who's here now. According to Renee Paquette, there's been apparently 20 people who have spoken to Tony Khan about having a match with Orange Cassidy for the international title. And then Cassidy's like, I'll fight them all. Add me at 21. Okay, we'll do a Blackjack Battle Royal. So, there you go. 21-man Battle Royal, double nothing confirmed? Question mark?
I thought they'd announced this match.
They might have done after the show, maybe. Because it is like the day after we're doing this, so...
Yeah, no, I know. I feel like I've definitely seen he's booked in not a Battle Royal.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I won't ruin it in case I'm wrong as well. But...
So move on to the next part of the show, which was the very important Tony Khan segment. Tony Khan is, of course, here. And he talks about AEW Collision. The new show happening soon. And their touring schedule that they've got planned for the next, 2 months or so. He mentions that the premiere show is on June 17th and that he won't reveal the location until next week of the June 17th premiere show.
Yeah, but he's announced every other location going forward. This one was meant to be Chicago, wasn't it?
Yes.
And then whatever's happened has happened. And
yes. We probably shouldn't go into that, but yeah.
No, basically they've fallen Ace Steel does, haven't they? And it's gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll find out what happens when they decide to announce it.
Yeah, fair enough.
They have done. It is a battle royal, by the way.
Yeah, it is. A Blackjack Battle Royal. Yeah.
Blackjack Battle Royal. Yeah, I thought they'd announced him against Fletcher. Maybe that was for Rampage.
I mean, they might have done. I don't fully recall. But yeah, going into the next match of the night, it is the Falls Count Anywhere match between Chris Jericho and Roderick Strong. Adam Cole and all of the Jericho Appreciation Society are banned from ringside. Again, I've got here, it's nothing to really make note of, but I have written it was a very fun match.
Right.
It was very fun, sort of bullshitty kind of match.
Yeah.
Like, they go, so literally, Falls Count Anywhere, very rarely you see them go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's always sort of like, oh, it's Falls Count Anywhere, but we'll be outside the ring and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they go backstage, they battle in the stairwell, they even go to the outside of the building, which is pretty cool as well. So they're literally outside.
Yeah.
I did make a point that it has the issue that all matches like this have where they like battle in between and throw punches and then walk for a bit, because they've got to get from point A to point B and have like punches thrown in between rather than find a better way of doing it.
Yeah.
But ultimately they go outside where Adam Cole is, because that's not ringside, it's not in the building, so Adam Cole can be involved here.
Yeah.
So he's there waiting. He attacks Jericho. Well, that's how to say it. He attacks him, and then hits the boom on him, and then Roderick Strong hits his high knee thing, and then the pins Jericho for the 3. So Roderick Strong wins.
Nice. This got
very
reviews.
Fun match.
This got rave reviews on Cage Match. Like,
yeah, it would have done this.
After 29 votes. It was the best match ever, apparently.
I wouldn't say ever, but it's definitely the best match on this night.
Yeah, no, it was the way... I think it was Muzaru posted it. It was like, it's rated better than Okada and Omega. And I'm like, it's got 29 votes, mate. Like, come back when it's got, like, 1,000, and we'll see where it ranks.
Yeah. I'd give it like maybe like a 3.5 sort of rating. Like, it was very decent.
Fair.
Following from that, we have another segment. No, I'm joking, we've got another match. Holy shit, 2 matches in a row and no segments in between.
Whoa.
It's Roosh and Jungle Boy. So this match, again, the same theme. It's alright. I literally got here as my first note. Holy shit, no segments in between matches, let's go. It's a very good match. But again, it follows the theme of it. It has no real meaning and it has no real story behind it. There's nothing really there. It's just there because it's there.
Just a match, and it's getting Jungle Boy a win.
Precisely. Yeah. It does tell the story of Jungle Boy being the underdog here, because he's dominated for about 95% of the match.
I was going to say, he's getting battered.
Yeah, it's mainly all Roosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
He wins with a roll up with the tights being pulled after Roosh pushes the ref and then he gets in his face, so he's distracted, and then Jungle Boy, out of desperation, rolls him up, pulls tights to get the 3, which is a little bit heelish, which I appreciate a little bit more.
I think it's more about them trying to prove the point that Jungle Boy will now actually do anything to win the world title. I like it from that side of it, but yeah, it is a bit of a heel thing to do. So
I don't mean it. I don't mean it in a way like he's going to be a heel. I mean it in the way that it's a heelish tactic to get to his own end. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And it could be hinting at a full heel turn, but I feel like it's probably going down the direction of okay. He's going to do anything because the world title's at stake.
Yeah, precisely. Either way, that's all 3 others in that fatal 4-way who've got a win on this card.
Yep.
So after that, we go into another interview backstage. We have Renee Paquette, who's there with MJF. MJF looking very annoyed. She asks him how he's feeling, knowing that in a 4-way he hasn't got to be involved in the decision to lose the title. MJF turns around and then just slaps the mic out of Renee's hand. Nice. Which, yeah, to be fair, he did say a word and it looked very intensive, very aggressive as well. It looked very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that we go into another backstage interview. We have Toni Storm. She's here with Renee Paquette. I don't know how Renee gets all around the building if these are live interviews.
No, yeah, and MGF must have broke a mic. So, I mean...
Who knows? Toni Storm apparently has 4 wins in 5 days. I assume that counts Dark or Rampage or something. I don't fully know.
I don't know. There's that many shows that go on in AEW these days. Probably a Ring of Honor one somewhere.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Anyway, Toni Storm has 4 wins in 5 days and claims that she's a different person from when Hayter won the world title from her. And then basically just says, what's Hayter been doing? She's not been around. And then lays a challenge down for double or nothing against Hayter.
Yeah.
Which apparently has been confirmed.
Yeah, no, it has been confirmed.
So I don't know how that'll work, but...
Yeah, when I was looking for the Orange Cassidy thing, I scrolled past it on Twitter that it was there, that they got the graphic for that match,
So, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
We go into the main event match of the night now, which is Jay White against Ricky Starks. Bang average is alright. Has a very bizarre ending. So, Jay White wins via DQ when Ricky strikes Juice with a chair and then proceeds to strike Jay with said chair unprovoked.
Right.
By Jay, that is.
Right.
So Juice comes in, attempts to hit him, misses. Ricky then hits him with the chair. That's fine because Juice is not in the match. And then he turns around and then hits Jay with the same steel chair when he could have just won the match.
Yeah.
Which it's bizarre. I don't really get the thinking there.
No, unless they fudged it, then it doesn't make any sense. If this was meant to happen, and especially the way you've just told it, it looks incredibly dumb.
Yeah, it really does. I don't get it. But, yeah. Jay White wins. He's still undefeated.
Where are they going with Jay White?
I assume it's something to do with Forbidden Door.
Right.
It has to be, because I don't necessarily see what else he could be doing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, when it comes to AEW itself, what is Jay White doing?
Right now, he's feuding with Ricky Starks.
Yeah, it's not a good start. Because he was like the hottest free agent. Like, he could have gone anywhere he wanted to, and he's gone to AEW for a Ricky Starks feud.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming there's more down the line past Starks, but saying that, I don't know who.
No, there will be, but you can't tell me they pitched him the first feud you're going to have with Ricky Starks. They can't have done.
Maybe he wins fight Starks. Who knows for sure.
Yeah, true.
But anyway, we move on to the final segment of the night, which is the thing that everyone was waiting for. The Don Callis segment, to talk about why he did what he did last week. He comes out, he's flanked by security. Literally, there's so much security around him. He comes out, he claims that he was the victim. That he didn't do anything to Kenny did everything to him. Wasn't appreciative for everything Callis did for him, getting him the world title in Japan. Getting him a G1 win, that was all Callis, apparently. Out comes Kenny. He clears with security, and then out comes BCC, and they attack Kenny. BCC come down to the ring. Callis is cleared up by this point, so he's fucked off somewhere. I don't know where he went. So they're now in the ring. Out come the Bucks. They're not fully hurt from earlier, I guess, but they are limping a little. They're here with like the weapons and stuff, so they stand with Kenny at the top of the rampway, and they're like, "Oh no, there's 3 of these guys, and there's 4 in the ring. What are we gonna do now?" And then suddenly, out comes Hangman Page. He's back. He's wearing a leather eye patch for reasons.
They love an eye patch in AEW, don't they?
Yeah, they do. So in a moment of like burying the hatchet, I suppose, Kenny hands over the broom to Hangman. So then, like, there's no more issues between them.
Brushed over the carpet.
But yeah, as you guessed, that's now 4-on-4. They battle around the ring in the way to end Dynamite that they always try to do with an all-out brawl sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, we knew where it was going, didn't we? We knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, precisely.
I still don't care for the Young Bucks.
That is in this contest is valid. Yeah, I mean, Hangman then cuts a promo once they clear out the ring, and then he says, "Oh, we're the heart, we're the soul of AEW, and we're never going to die, we're never going to back down. So that's why at Double or Nothing, it'll be you 4, Purple Combat Club against us 4, the Elite, in an Anarchy in the Arena match.
Yeah. Just call it a street fight. Just
Yeah.
There's no need for this Anarchy in the Arena stuff. Just call it a street fight and be done.
Yeah, and that was what ended off Dynamite.
Yeah, like I said, like Omega has grown on me a lot. I prefer it when he doesn't do anything with the Bucks. Just personal preference. I can't take to the Bucks, and then probably never will. So at this point, I give up trying because I have tried. But yeah, it's just like we knew where it was going. It's the Elite are going to win because Tony Khan won't have them lose. And then we'll see. The card looks all right for Double or Nothing anyway. So
the card looks short, which is why I'm a bit concerned.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, the only thing I have really of 4 is these Anarchy in the Arena matches are normally 5-on-5, not 4-on-4. So what if BCC add Takashita?
Yeah.
And then the Elite added Ibushi.
Maybe.
But that would be pretty cool for them, but I don't necessarily see it happening.
No, I think they'll just go with the 4-on-4, won't they?
Yeah.
Because I think the dynamic could be off if you just randomly threw a person on each side now who've had nothing to do with where we're at. It feels.
I disagree to an extent. I disagree. Not necessarily Takashita as much, because that feels a bit more random. But they've been teasing the Ibushi thing for a few weeks now.
Right.
Like teasing like Kenny, BTE, mixture of Dynamite as well. Like Kenny's had a lot of trust issues with Hangman, and kind of with the Bucks because the Bucks have sided with Hangman.
Yeah.
And the Bucks seemingly have no issues with Hangman when Kenny has all his issues with Hangman. And even when they brought in Takashita with the Elite guys, Kenny didn't see him in the same light because he's not the Japanese man that Kenny is used to.
Yeah.
Kenny's used to Ibushi, but his tag partner and the Golden Lovers. They have their own thing. Like having another Japanese guy come in sort of ruins the dynamic that Kenny has with Ibushi.
Yeah.
So that's my mindset on it.
It's good to hear other people's takes. It's just from my side of things, like the whole feud has been built up around the 4-on-4. So to just throw people in wouldn't make sense to me. But if you can make a reason out of it like you just have, then fair enough. And it's not like if you do add people to it, it's not going to make the match any worse.
No, precisely.
If anything, it's going to mean more. It's going to mean less Bucks. Let's just throw more people in. But no, Double or Nothing shaping up to be all right. I think they do tend to put on good pay-per-views AEW because the matches are always good. Whether they make sense or not, you guarantee good matches.
Yeah, precisely.
So well, thank you for stepping in with that AEW review. Because it was kind of all sort of last minute with everything that happened. So kudos to you for watching it and stepping in and being able to review it. And
no worries.
We will end the show right here. So, as you can see, we have new graphics cards that include our Facebook on it now, courtesy of DP. So yes, look up above, you'll see us at the HCW Show on Twitter, the HCW Show on Twitch, HCW Show on Instagram, and the HCW Show on Facebook. We have individual Twitter handles here, and DP's is there. So follow us on our individual Twitter handles. Rates is somewhere, or was somewhere if you go back in the video. Can't remember which side of the video he was on now. I feel like he was on the left. But follow us all and join the Discord, get involved, leave comments on the YouTube because we do read and reply to all comments that are left for us. Any feedback you've got, anything you want to see, let us know and we will try and incorporate it as best we can. But we've got some fun stuff coming up and we'll let Rate go into that next time we do a video with some ideas that he's got and we'll let you know what's coming up on the channel. Have you got anything you want to add, DP?
No, not just thanks for having me on. I feel like I guess I'm on this podcast.
I feel like I'm a full-time part of this show, but thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
And on that note, we will leave it there. So it's a goodbye from me.
And a goodbye from me.
Catch you on the next one, guys.